rather than art or hyperbole. In the words of one commenter, now everyone believes that Drake loves touching children. So now the man who has spent the greater part of his career subtly bragging about smashing people's wives and having USBs that could end their careers is crying about suggestive lyrics. This is the least hip-hop thing I've ever witnessed.
I study rap battles for a living.
He then goes on about how people tried to dig into his property with their bare hands to get access to his home.
Ugh.
What the fuck are you doing?
God damn.
What are you doing?
It's none of your fucking business, bro.
Why are you reaching under my fence?
And even notes the fact that he had to remove his son from his school due to safety concerns. It also sounds like sometime during the Not Like Us wave, Drake contacted UMG, trying to get the song taken off of streaming platforms altogether.
Purists,
Population.
people just love confrontation. They love to say, hey man, there's no rules in this shit, but there are fucking rules in this shit.
Never been so
In
glad to
fact,
see
he tried to
backup
get them
around.
to do this on multiple occasions,
Lucky
to
I'm
which
still
they
in one
basically
piece.
just shrugged their shoulders, even saying that
I
they
need you
would
to look for
humiliate Drake
survivors,
if he wanted to
subduing
take this to
threats,
court. Drake then
public
missed
safety
every single
laws,
time that he has alluded to, or straight up called a PDF in Not Like Us, and continues to insist that he was scared of physical violence resulting from the record. The record also repeatedly suggests that violence should be used against Drake because he is a PDF, like the sound of someone being beaten up. The record repeats, wop 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 wop, and then Lamar says, well fuck him up. Later the recording threatens that if Drake comes to Oakland, where Lamar grew up, which I don't even think he grew up there, he will not make it out alive. And at the end of the recording, the lyrics threateningly repeat, hey 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 hey, run for your life, hey 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 hey, run for your life. God damn, this lawsuit got me singing along. I mean, seriously, I don't think I've ever seen a softer statement from someone who tries to present themselves as a mama. I mean, this guy has been literally running around sitting courtside with a guy threatening Kendrick's life, but
Me and Drake are gonna link up in a couple of days, and we're gonna play Not Like Us video. We're gonna look at every nigga in the video. We're gonna do homework. I don't fuck around, play around with Aubrey. That's my bro.
once again, I guess that just doesn't matter or doesn't make him a hypocrite. But the funniest part in this whole thing has to be when Drake says that the record is anti-Semitic. Furthering the recording's refrain that Drake is not like us, the recording alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, saying that Drake is not a colleague, but a fucking colonizer. I mean, seriously, no one took that as a diss on Jewish culture. He was just basically calling Drake a Canadian poser who bites sounds and rides waves to stay on top, and that he's really never had no sense of true identity. The allegations against Drake are unequivocally false. Drake has never been charged with, indicted for, or convicted of any charges of violence or assault, including but not limited to violence against him. Nor has Drake ever engaged in an inappropriate romantic behavior with a minor. But what about that one video where he fondled and kissed the girl on stage after she said she was 17? Either way, I don't think that anyone was out here saying that Drake was hitting kids up or anything like, oh, wait.
We just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. I love
What's
him.
his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
Either way, it's a rap battle, dude. Lies are going to be spun. And when you did that Tupac AI, didn't you tell him to come from this angle? Didn't you say the Epstein thing was what you expected? And let's not act like he didn't have his own share of non-substantiated claims. Kendrick never went to jail because he hit his wife. There's no information to suggest that his kid is his biological son of his best friend. Can you imagine if Big had gone to court? Your Honor, he did not fuck my baby mama, and I'm not a fat motherfucker. Lock this man up. Drake then cries out because in the wake of him getting his ass kicked around, UMG never checked on him. He also blames UMG for people showing up at his house trying to attack him in the wake of the beef.
Drake's mansion is at the center of a shooting investigation right now. Police in Toronto say one man was shot and is in the hospital. It comes as the rapper has been in the news for a highly contentious, very public, weeks-long feud with another rapper, Kendrick Lamar.
He then cites his issues with the imagery used in the Not Like Us video, like the shipping containers alluding to human trafficking, and the hopscotch alluding to little girls. UMG also knew, or should have known, that by publishing the defamatory material, it was gambling with Drake's safety. Frankly, in addition to accusing Drake of being a criminal. Yeah, I guess when Drake called me Camilla Rat who wears wires, that wasn't putting him in harm's way. Like, wouldn't those things be considered a massive violation in the street culture that Meek is affiliated with? Drake then spends time crying about articles, retweets, and Instagram posts. Basically, he's upset that the label utilized social media to promote the #1 song in the world. UMG also granted licenses for the recording to be played at sporting events, award shows, and political rallies. The recording has been played and broadcasted on television coverage in WNBA. Yeah, just like every other hot hip-hop record that's never come out. Like they did this with Drake so many times. I mean, Drake literally rapped back-to-back on TNT with Shaq.
I learned the game from William West, so you can never check me. Back to back for the boys that didn't get the message. Back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97.
And later made jokes and allusions to the beef when he hosted SNL.
Good job, that's it. I'm doing great, you bitch. Say that again in my face.
Greg, everything okay?
The thing is, the Dodgers just won the damn World Series. Of course, they're going to play Not Like Us, the LA anthem. But of course, he blames the streams on payola, citing a case that UMG lost 20 years ago. And once again, it's those damn bots.
This is what a streaming farm looks like, aka the black market of the music industry. It talks about positioning labels to distort reality to push their tracks to the top of the charts and earn more money. Streaming farms use bots to artificially play music on platforms like Spotify or Apple Music to rapidly inflate the numbers of streams a song gets.
He cites the infamous DJ Academic stream as evidence of this. He's even mad at Joe Rogan for talking about this record.
It is the point now. It's so personal, the things they're saying, because you know he's calling them in the song literally. If you're illegitimate daughter, you're grown women, and then Drake's comeback was, I don't have an 11-year-old daughter, and Brian said, hey bro, address the other shit.
This guy has YouTube reactors and Twitter memes citing the lawsuit, and it's just crazy how times change once the tables flip. Like back when he was on Meek's ass on stage performing back-to-back, he had memes antagonizing Meek popping up on screen behind him. In the summer of 2024, users updated the description of Drake's Toronto address in rideshare applications Uber and Lyft. Users have added the address to read Drizzy Touches Kids, Drizzy's Fun Time Chamber, and a minor. So now Drake is seeking this defamation claim, which means this was never really about the music industry and saving the little guy from getting bullied by the machine. It was about him having his feelings hurt and being a very sore loser. And I really do feel like his ultimate goal here is to try and tie this song up in litigation so that it cannot be played at the Super Bowl or that UMG would have fears of that happening. Ultimately, this is one of the most hypocritical things I've ever seen play out period. And sometimes you just have to know how to hold your own and firmly grasp it. But no, he's out here suing people, crying about LeBron, crying about DeRozan, crying about his white party event that he went to and how no one said his name and the energy was different. Like, all this guy had to do was be pretty unbothered, get off Instagram, stop all the little girl antics, disappear for the rest of the year, or just be a little bit more subtle, and then come out in 2025 with some hot records, and most of his fans would not care about this anymore. Like, a lot of Drake fans are just very casual rap fans, or they might just like pop music as a matter of fact. They don't really care about all this rap shit. Instead, he just keeps reigniting the flame, prolonging the situation, and making it 10 times worse. It's like if he got kicked in the ball.
Oh, this looks well worth the cost.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Entrepreneur with the Trump presidency. But before I get into what's happened since Donald Trump was sworn in, I want to talk about a few things that happened in the days just prior to the presidential inauguration on the Martin Luther King Day holiday. First, we had the preemptive pardons issued by President Joe Biden to, I don't know, his entire family, a bunch of other members of Congress, all the people that were on the January 6th committee, Fauci, I forget who else. And, you know, the problematic aspect of these pardons is people are not being pardoned of a crime that they
Another one in the pistol.
even a crime that they did. People are being pardoned who have never been charged with anything. Basically, what Biden is saying is, you know, these individuals did anything wrong at any point over the last 11 years. I pardon them for whatever they might have done that I don't even know that they did, that somebody might discover that they did, which I think is a real abuse of the whole system of pardon, to just preemptively pardon people. But that's what he's done en masse. And in fact, Joe Biden himself, I saw footage, you know, or tapes from years ago where he came out and said that that would be wrong to do something like that. Of course, that's exactly what he has done. But of course, hypocrisy and Joe Biden have gone hand in hand for a long time. So it doesn't surprise me that he would do exactly what he said he would never do and that he should do, which, you know, happened the same way with his son Hunter. Oh, I would never pardon my son Hunter. I'm going to accept, you know, whatever justice does. I mean, nobody is above the law. And then, of course, he pardons Hunter. But, you know, Hunter's not alone now. Everybody's got these pardons. The only, you know, silver lining of this, and I hope this happens, is that now that everybody has been given a pardon, Congress can fully investigate everything that went down, I think, with January 6th, and all of the instigating of it. They can find out what happened by subpoenaing all these people who were pardoned. Because if Congress subpoenas, you got to show up, right? You can't not show up, or you're in contempt of Congress. You know, you can show that. But normally, if Congress subpoenas you, and they ask you a lot of questions, you take the fifth. Say, well, I want to answer this.
You don't know.
That incriminates me, so you can plead the fifth. But now, because these guys have all been pardoned, they can't plead the fifth. So they have to talk. So, A, they have to show up if they get a subpoena. And now they have to talk. And they have to tell the truth. Because if they lie, that's perjury. And that's not protected by the pardons. See, pardons are for crimes that you committed in the past. They don't cover crimes that you commit in the future after the pardons are granted. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Like giving somebody carte blanche to go out and commit crimes if they know they've been pardoned. So the pardons are for the crimes of the past, not the crimes of the future. So this is a great opportunity to force a lot of people on the witness stand, force them to speak truthfully, and if anybody is caught in a lie, now you've got a perjury charge that you can now pursue. So hopefully this happens, and some of the tell the truth so that the public has a better idea of the lies that they were told. Things that happen, and not just with January 6th, but a lot of other things. It'd be great, you know, to get Fauci up there and find out all about the vaccines and COVID and all that. But, you know, the fact that Biden would even do this, it's really inappropriate. And I think it's interesting, too, because like, oh, it's because Trump may go after them. You mean the way the Biden administration went after Trump, right? He's afraid of Donald Trump doing exactly what he did, right? But they established this bad precedent, and now they've, established another one. But, you know, it's not just former President Biden, I think, that was acting inappropriately in the days leading up to the inauguration. President Trump also, I think, was very inappropriate in the launching of his meme coin, the Trump coin, which came out on Friday evening. And just as inappropriate, the Melania coin, which I think came out the following day. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I forget. Both these coins came out. And I really think it is shameful. I think it finishes the office of the president for Donald Trump to be profiting in this way off of his presidential win. I mean, you know, in the first term, people were upset. Hey, you know, Donald Trump, you know, you have the emoluments provision of the Constitution. The president's not supposed to receive, you know, compensation, and there was, you know, problems about, well, he's got a hotel, and people might stay in his hotel as some kind of quid pro quo, and it's not, you know, he should be
anxious. That's not okay.
Hotel revenue, Trump's president. I mean, this works back. If you look at the value of the Trump meme coin, as of now, it's at $47, which gives it a market cap of about $45 billion. That's the fully diluted, assuming that all the tokens are issued. And they're all, you know, they all released over a 3-year time frame. 3 years, they're all going to be out there. But even the ones that are already in the float, they've got a market cap of $9 billion. But $45 billion is what? It's nothing. I mean, the company's worth more than Newmont Mining, which is the world's biggest gold mining company. And in fact, I think Sunday evening, when it peaked out at about $75, it was more than 150% market cap. Largest gold mining company. I mean, it was worth a lot more than DJT, which is the Donald Trump stock, you know, which at least is a business. I mean, doesn't make any money, barely has any revenue, but the meme coin has no revenue. Doesn't even have the possibility of having a revenue. But I don't like the fact that the Trump family is cashing in like this. And in fact, this opens up the opportunity when Donald Trump and his family members own all these coins. I mean, it really opens up a way for people to curry favor.
But you feel like a right mug now.
Well, all you have to do is buy it. You know, when Biden, you know, was president or vice president, and people wanted to ride him, it was a lot more complicated. I mean, they had to run all the rides, all the shell companies.
I get a bonus for taking out so many of them.
Biden's family members. It's a very complicated process to drive Biden. But, you know, driving Donald Trump, you know, I'm joking, but, I mean, Donald Trump promised to make government more efficient. Well, it's really a lot more efficient. All you have to do is buy a token or buy a token. You know, if you look at the description, you go to the page, and he, you know, Donald Trump's Twitter page or X page was constantly promoting this, right? And he was promoting it, of course, on Truth Social and all over the place, getting people to want to buy this coin, right? Which is, you know, just purely promoting gambling. A lot of people are going to lose money in these coins. Some people have already made a tremendous amount of money. People that got it really early, that were like prepared for it and knew about it, bought them and literally made billions of dollars. But whenever money is made, certain people equals the money that's lost by a lot of other people. People that voted for Trump, people that Donald Trump supposedly cares about. A lot of them are going to lose money. But here, look at what it says on this is the GetTrumpMemes.com. Right? Trump memes are intended to function as an expression of support for and engagement with the ideals and beliefs embodied by the symbol $Trump and the associated artwork, and are not intended to be or to be the subject of an investment opportunity, investment contract, or security of any type. That's BS. That's exactly what they are. I mean, why else would anybody buy these things? I mean, it's not like, you know, a Trump hat or a T-shirt or some kind of, you know, memorabilia. You know, I mean, what do you got? I mean, why would it be nothing? Right? I mean, on his X post, this is what he put out on January 17th. My new official meme is here! Exclamation point. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for. Winning, join my special Trump community. Special? What's special about that? Anybody can buy it. What's so special about a meme coin that any idiot can buy? Right? But join my special community. Get your Trump now. Go to GetTrumpMemes.com. This is Shakespeare. He ends it by saying, have fun. Exclamation point. Have fun. I mean, the only way you have fun buying a Trump meme coin is if you make money. I mean, I can't imagine it's fun. I mean, I didn't buy any, so I don't know like how enjoyable the process is of going to your wallet. Now, I remember I clicked on it. You can buy it with a credit card. You can buy it with crypto. I mean, it doesn't look like, that fun to go through this process. What's fun is making money, right? What people think is fun is buying it and then selling it. That's what's fun, right? What's not fun is losing money in the coin, but it's all about gambling. This is massive mania, right, on steroids now, and Donald Trump is contributing, as the President of the United States, exploiting his name and the fact that he just won this election, taking the opportunity to basically sell this crap to the public, with the presidential seal of approval, and now he gets his wife in. I don't know if Barrett Trump's going to launch one, and Trump Jr. and Eric, and, Ivanka and Tiffany and everybody, are they all going to come out with their own, tokens that people are supposed to gamble with? So I was embarrassed, for the country that this is going on. But what's also funny about it is, watching people try to talk about it. I was watching Anthony Pompliano. I like Anthony, he's a nice guy. He's gone down the wrong path with Bitcoin and stuff. But he's on, I'm watching on CNBC, and they're asking him to explain these meme coins. Like, what's a meme coin? What the hell is it? And, he has a hard time really coming up with a simple definition. The reason is because when you define it, you define Bitcoin. There's really no difference. I mean, these coins, they have a limited supply. The Trump coin has 1 billion. That's the hard cap, right? There'll never be more than 1 billion, right? So they're scarce. So why aren't they digital gold? Why aren't they the same as Bitcoin? Why aren't they better than Bitcoin? They're on the Solana network, not the Ethereum network, which caused Solana to pop because they chose Solana, but they chose Solana because it's a lot cheaper and faster than Ethereum. Well, it's the same thing with Bitcoin, right? The Solana is better than the Bitcoin blockchain in that respect. So why is Bitcoin any more valuable than Trump coin or Melania? They're not. I mean, Bitcoin's a meme coin. Say, what's the meme? What's the Bitcoin meme? Well, it's digital gold. Yeah, that's the meme. It's not actually digital gold. It's got nothing in common with gold. It's not a precious metal. It's nothing. It's all about perception. But we're fueling this now. We're fueling this bubble. It was Fart Coin and Haktua Girl Coin or all this nonsense. How can anybody look at this and not understand what it is? Meanwhile, the one promise that I think Trump hopefully won't keep, which he never actually officially made, is his Bitcoin strategic reserve. And I don't know if the fact that he's launched these tokens, if that, they're saying, hey, this brings him closer to the crypto community. I mean, to me, he's making fun of it. I mean, it's just like, the